But I want to focus on Aric Almirola for a second, because the last time Aric Almirola was driving a Joe Gibbs number 20 car in this series, he won a race. But you got to put the air quotes around that, because he got pulled out of a car for Denny Hamlin, whatever it was, I think less than 60 laps into it. So, Brandon, you see a run like this, he won both stages, led the most laps, came up just short to his teammate there. Is Aric Almirola back, for lack of better terms here? Obviously, he's not racing full time anymore, but it's been a while since we've seen him having this much fun and racing up front like this, like he did this weekend here.
Well, you said it there. I'm glad he's having fun, and that excites me that Aric is having fun and he gets to have the Sundays with his family. I've always had a soft spot for Aric Almirola. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's 2018 Daytona 500. Oh yeah, that's exactly what it is. But that aside, I didn't get like that he had to leave the Cup Series to be in Xfinity. Now he's in the revolving door of the Joe Gibbs All-Star seat. Different folks there every now and then. John Hunter Nemechek has been there a lot so far this year, but that's really cool for him to be back. And he did a great job as well. It's just it still surprises me that this is yet another one of those instances where the first and second stage are won by the same person. We've had multiple ones of those already this year for Xfinity, but they never go on to win the race. You dominate the 2/3 of it, and then someone else takes it for you.
Yeah, well, if he keeps driving like this, he's going to get a win later this year. And
sure.
Obviously, he got a win last year at Sonoma driving a Stewart Haas partnered RSS racing car. So, I think like I just mentioned, like you mentioned, Brandon, I think that's been the big thing for Aric Almirola. Scaling back to part-time, racing on Saturdays instead of Sundays, and going out there and just having fun. I think that's something that, again, when you consider SHR's Cup program and the trajectory of that for the last several years, he hasn't had very much of that in the Cup Series. He almost, like you mentioned, had more fun than you can ever dream of winning the Daytona 500. Unfortunately, Austin Dillon had other ideas there on that last lap, but he handled that defeat with he handled that with. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm blurting off just a little bit. Heard just a little bit.
Yeah, well, he handled that, I think, with tremendous class, and I think he gained a lot of fans that day. And then, of course, ultimately went on to win at Talladega later that year, and picked up another win at New Hampshire a couple of years later. But didn't quite find as much success with that team as I think people were expecting him to when he took over for Danica Patrick at the end of the 2017 season. So, for him to come into Xfinity with a team that I think, again, I think a lot of people just kind of assumed that bridge was burned after 2007 and that Milwaukee race, but. It's, time heals all wounds, I guess, as they say. He's back with the program now, and, both driver and team in a very different place than they were 17 years ago. And great to see Aric having a good run out there. And like we mentioned, a very strong day for Gibbs and Toyota as a whole.